I can resolve this with a single phone call. Madison Keene, 23, says this with the calm confidence of someone used to getting her way. She leans forward slightly, waiting for the judge to catch her meaning. Judge Frank Caprio sets his pen down. Miss Keene, threats don't carry weight in court. Do you understand the charges against you? I think this is just a misunderstanding, she replies. That's not my question, the judge says firmly. Her attorney, Paul DeMarco, stands smoothly. Your Honor, this is just a traffic issue. My client is ready to pay any fines and move on today. Mr. DeMarco, sit down. This court is not a payment portal. Caprio responds quietly, but his words carry weight. DeMarco hesitates, then sits. Caprio taps his pen once. Officer Russo, confirm we have the body cam audio cued. Yes, Your Honor, the officer replies. Before we play it, let everyone watching know where you're joining from and subscribe if you enjoy courtroom videos. The clerk steps forward. Docket 24 to 9847. Commonwealth versus Madison Elizabeth Keene. Charges: speeding in an active construction zone, failure to follow lawful orders, stopping in a restricted area, intimidation, and attempted influence using a public official's name. Citation issued by Trooper Carla Mendes, Rhode Island State Police, Department of Transportation, Friday at 9:51 a.m. Caprio leans forward. Miss Keene, did you receive a copy of this citation at the scene? I did. And did you read it? I glanced at it, she says. That's not enough, the judge replies. Mr. DeMarco, is your client ready to address these charges fully today? DeMarco rises again, more cautiously this time, Your Honor. We believe paying the fines and closing the case is the proper solution. My client has no prior record and wants to resolve this today. Caprio interrupts. Counsel, I didn't ask if she's willing to pay. I asked if she's ready to address the facts. He flips a page. There's a note here. A prior administrative warning from campus safety about 10 months ago. Miss Keene parked in an emergency vehicle lane during a university event and refused to move. Not criminal, but provides context. What happened then? The judge asks. Madison shrugs. It was raining. I was dropping someone off, and campus security overreacted. The record notes she said, "You can call whoever you want." How long did it take to move her car? I don't remember, she replies. The report says 27 minutes, delaying an ambulance to the campus health center. That's not punishment for today, but it shows a pattern. Caprio says. DeMarco tries again. Your Honor, my client knows she could have handled Friday better. She's here to take responsibility and pay the fines. Caprio shakes his head. Paying fines doesn't teach accountability. I want the story of Friday morning, Madison sighs. I was driving to work on the I-195 ramp near Providence Place. Lots of cones, slow traffic. I saw an opening and went through. A guy in a vest waved me to stop. I paused for 3 minutes. Then a trooper pulled me over. Made a huge deal. You were going 62 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour construction zone. Caprio notes. Workers weren't in your way. Madison insists. Construction zones are not suggestions. They're real people in real danger. Caprio responds. He reads from the work zone log. A flagger had to step back to avoid her car. Madison waves her hand. I didn't see that. DeMarco objects. Your Honor, that's subjective and not part of the citation. Caprio replies. No. A flagger stepping back to avoid being hit is documented and factual. That's real harm. Caprio turns to Trooper Mendez. Please read your report into the record. Trooper Mendez speaks calmly. At 9:48 a.m., I was on traffic duty in the I-95 work zone near exit 21. At 9:49 a.m., I saw a silver sedan enter the coned lane at high speed. A flagger signaled to stop. The car continued 50 feet into the zone, blocking equipment. I approached the driver, Madison Keene. She said, "My mom is the governor. Do you know who she is?" Then, I can end this with one phone call to the State House. Caprio pauses, letting the weight of that statement settle. Rupert Mendez, did you feel that was intimidation? Yes, Your Honor. Madison leans forward. That was sarcasm. I was frustrated. Caprio nods. Let's hear it. Officer Russo plays the body cam audio. Madison's voice is clipped. I can end this with one phone call to the State House. Caprio allows a pause. Your mother is Governor Eleanor Keene, correct? Yes. And when you said you could end this, what did you mean? Just sarcasm, Madison says. Trooper Mendez explains. It was perceived as a threat, implying consequences for doing my job. Caprio turns to the clerk. Any contacts from the governor's office before today? Yes. 2 calls and 1 voicemail, all from the governor's office. The clerk confirms. The voicemail plays. Professional voice. We'd like to discuss options to resolve this quietly. Please return this call. DeMarco objects. My client can't control what staff does. It's irrelevant. Overruled, Caprio says. External pressures are relevant. They are documented facts. Not speculation. Madison shifts uncomfortably. I didn't ask anyone to call. Maybe not, but someone thought it would help, Caprio responds. Here's the timeline. Traffic stop. 9:51 a.m. First call from the governor's office. 10:14 a.m. 23 minutes later. Caprio notes. Is Mr. Victor Alvarez available for a statement? Yes, by phone. The clerk responds that a man's voice comes through. I'm a field supervisor for Rhode Island DOT. Friday, our crew was on I-95 exit 21, fully flagged and signed. At 9:49 a.m., a vehicle entered the work zone at speed, ignoring our flagger. It blocked equipment. Work had to pause. 1 car in a live lane affects everyone's safety, Madison mutters. Caprio interrupts. Miss Keene, speak clearly. They were just standing there, she says. They were working. Work zones keep roads safe. He responds. The line clicks off. Caprio picks up another document. Miss Reyes read this text message submitted by the prosecution. Got pulled over. LOL. Mom's office will call them. Don't freak. That Madison's jaw tightens. That message was discoverable. Caprio says. You sent it at 10:30 a.m. The first call was at 10:14 a.m., 11 minutes later. Someone moved fast. Influence doesn't erase responsibility. You didn't ask them to call, but you expected it. That's entitlement, not frustration. DeMarco rises. Your Honor, I request the remainder of this hearing be off the public record due to sensitivity. Caprio shakes his head. Sunlight is due process. We stay on the record that he fixes Madison with a steady gaze. I'll ask 3 yes/no questions. Answer clearly. Were you in the work zone? Yes. Did you ignore Trooper Mendez's instructions? I stopped when I found a spot. That's not a clear no. Did you stop in a restricted area? Yes. Did you invoke your mother's position? Madison hesitates. I made a comment. That's not a no. Caprio replies. Yes, Your Honor, she admits. This isn't about who raised you. It's about your choices. Not everyone calls the governor. DeMarco shifts. She's a recent graduate with no record. A single lapse shouldn't define her future. Correct, Caprio says. This is a learning moment, not a judgment on character. The campus safety warning was minor. This citation carries real consequences. If we don't address it clearly, the next incident could be serious. Seconds matter in work zones. 5, 7, 12 seconds can make the difference between safety and harm. Everyone is still. Madison stares at the table. DeMarco hovers. Trooper Mendez watches. Caprio speaks quietly. Accountability often arrives in silence, so the truth is clear. Here's my finding. The evidence supports all 4 charges. Trooper Mendez's report is credible and backed by body cam footage, work zone logs, traffic timestamps, and your text message. You drove recklessly through a construction zone, ignored a flagger, stopped in a restricted area, and invoked your mother's position in a way perceived as intimidation. The court does not consider titles or connections. Privilege does not replace responsibility. The prior campus safety warning was instructional. You were told once that emergency lanes matter, but you chose not to learn that lesson. Base fines total $980, including $500 for speeding in a construction zone.